A routine flight turns into a nightmare at 30,000 feet when flames burst from the engine and the oxygen masks drop. Everyone is screaming, praying for their lives. But one flight attendant refuses to panic. What she does in the next 8 minutes will save 217 souls and change aviation safety forever. Before we dive in, what time are you listening? Where are you from? Drop a comment below and tell me. And please like and subscribe for more videos like this. Sarah Chen wakes up at 4 in the morning. She puts on her navy blue uniform. She ties her hair back. She looks at herself in the mirror. Today is just another Tuesday, just another shift. She has been a flight attendant for 12 years now. 12 years of serving coffee, calming nervous passengers, and smiling through turbulence. She drives to the airport. The sun is not up yet. The roads are empty. She parks her car and walks into the terminal. Her crew is already there. Captain Williams, a veteran pilot with 28 years of experience. First Officer Martinez, young but sharp, and 3 other flight attendants. They go through the pre-flight briefing. Everything is standard. Everything is normal. Flight 742 from Seattle to Miami. A Boeing 767. 217 passengers. 6 crew members. Sarah has done this route 100 times. She knows every emergency procedure by heart. She knows where every fire extinguisher is located. She knows how to open the emergency exits in under 5 seconds. But today, all that training is about to be put to the test in ways she never imagined. The passengers start boarding. There are families with young children, business travelers typing on laptops, an elderly couple holding hands, a group of college students heading to spring break. Everyone has somewhere to be. Everyone trusts that this metal tube will carry them safely through the sky. Sarah greets them with her practiced smile. She helps people find their seats. She lifts bags into overhead compartments. She explains the safety demonstration even though nobody is really watching. The engines roar to life. The plane pushes back from the gate. They taxi down the runway. The acceleration builds. The nose lifts, and they are airborne. The first hour is smooth. Sarah and her fellow attendants serve drinks. They hand out snacks. They answer questions about arrival times and connecting flights. The sky outside is a perfect blue, not a cloud in sight. The seatbelt sign is off. People are relaxed. Some are sleeping. Others are reading or watching movies on their screens. Sarah is in the galley preparing the meal service when she hears it. A sound that does not belong. A loud bang that echoes through the fuselage. The plane shudders violently. Then another bang, louder this time. The aircraft lurches to the left. Coffee pots crash to the floor. Passengers gasp. Sarah grabs the galley wall to steady herself. Her heart is racing, but her training kicks in. She picks up the intercom to call the cockpit. But before she can speak, the pilot's voice comes over the speaker. His tone is calm but urgent. Engine fire. Left engine, descending immediately. Prepare for possible emergency landing. Those words hit Sarah like ice water. Engine fire. At 30,000 feet. She looks out the window and sees it. Orange flames shooting from the left engine. Black smoke trailing behind. The plane is shaking. The descent is steep. Too steep. Oxygen masks drop from the ceiling. Passengers start screaming. Children are crying. People are pulling out their phones to send final messages to loved ones. The cabin fills with panic. But Sarah cannot panic. She cannot afford to. She takes a deep breath. She makes eye contact with her fellow attendants. They nod. They know what to do. Sarah grabs the intercom. Her voice is steady. Put on your oxygen masks. Pull the mask toward you. Place it over your nose and mouth. Breathe normally. Remain seated with your seatbelts fastened. We are descending to a safe altitude. She repeats it 3 times. Her calm voice cuts through the chaos. Some passengers start to follow instructions, but many are frozen in fear. Sarah moves through the cabin. She helps a mother secure her child's mask. She assists an elderly man who is fumbling with the straps. She makes eye contact with each person she passes. You are going to be okay. We are trained for this. Trust me. The plane continues to shake. The engines are screaming. The smell of burning fuel seeps into the cabin. Sarah can see the fear in every face, but she also sees something else. Hope, because she is not giving up, because she is showing them that someone is in control. The captain's voice returns. Brace for impact. We are attempting an emergency landing. Estimated 3 minutes to touch down. 3 minutes. Sarah's mind races through every emergency protocol. Brace positions, evacuation procedures, fire containment. She moves to the front of the cabin. She demonstrates the brace position. Heads down, hands behind your head. Stay down until we stop moving. She walks through each section, physically placing people into position. The college students who were laughing earlier are now silent, their heads tucked down. The elderly couple is holding hands so tightly their knuckles are white. A businessman is quietly weeping. Sarah keeps moving, keeps checking, keeps reassuring. Through the windows, she can see the ground rushing up to meet them. They are coming in too fast, too steep. The landing gear deploys with a mechanical groan. Sarah takes her jump seat. She secures her harness. She braces herself. The plane hits the runway hard. Metal screeches against concrete. Sparks fly past the windows. The brakes engage with a deafening roar. Luggage flies from overhead bins. The smell of burning rubber fills the air. Sarah is thrown forward against her restraints. The impact is brutal, but they are on the ground. The plane skids down the runway, slowing, finally coming to a stop. For a moment, there is absolute silence. Then the fire alarm blares. The left wing is engulfed in flames. Sarah is already moving. She unbuckles her harness. She grabs the megaphone. Unfasten your seatbelts. Leave everything behind. Move to the exits now. Move, move, move. Her voice is a command. People snap out of their shock. They start moving. But panic is setting in again. People are pushing, shoving. Someone trips. Sarah is there immediately. She pulls the person up. She creates order from chaos. She directs traffic like a conductor. The emergency exits open. The slides deploy. Sarah positions herself at the front exit. Jump and slide. Do not stop. Keep moving away from the plane. She physically pushes people onto the slides when they hesitate. One after another. Families, strangers, everyone. The smoke is getting thicker. The heat from the flames is intense. But Sarah does not leave her position. 200 passengers are out. 205. 210. Sarah counts every single person. She knows how many boarded. She knows how many must evacuate. The cabin is filling with smoke now. Visibility is dropping. Sarah wraps a wet cloth around her face. She moves through the rows one more time, checking under seats, checking lavatories, calling out, "Is anyone here? Anyone?" She finds a young girl, maybe 7 years old, frozen in her seat, too scared to move. Sarah scoops her up. She carries her to the exit. She hands her to a firefighter who has just arrived. Then Sarah goes back in. The other attendants are doing the same, sweeping the cabin, making sure. The heat is unbearable now. The smoke is choking, but they do not stop. They find an elderly man who cannot walk. 2 attendants carry him out together. They find a passenger with a broken leg from the impact. They drag him to safety. The captain and first officer emerge from the cockpit. They do their final check. Everyone is accounted for. Everyone, 217 passengers, 6 crew members, all alive, all safe. Sarah is the last to leave the aircraft. She slides down the emergency chute. Her uniform is torn. Her face is covered in soot. Her hands are burned from hot metal, but she is standing. She looks back at the plane. The entire left side is consumed by flames. Firefighters are spraying foam. The wing collapses. If they had stayed inside even 2 minutes longer, they would have been trapped. Sarah walks among the passengers. She checks on people. She comforts crying children. She helps organize the crowd for medical triage. Emergency responders are everywhere now. Ambulances, fire trucks, police. The passengers are being checked for injuries. Most have minor cuts and bruises. A few have broken bones, but everyone is breathing. Everyone survived. In the days that follow, the story spreads across every news channel. The miracle landing, the heroic crew, the perfect evacuation. Investigators examine the wreckage. They find that a bird strike caused the initial engine failure, but a faulty fuel line turned it into a full-blown fire. The plane should have exploded mid-air. The fact that it did not is due to the captain's skill and quick thinking, but the reason everyone survived the landing is because of Sarah and her crew. Aviation experts study the evacuation. 217 people off a burning plane in under 4 minutes. It breaks records. It becomes a case study in emergency response training. Sarah is interviewed by reporters. She does not call herself a hero. She says she was just doing her job. But the passengers disagree. They write letters. They send gifts. They call her the angel who saved their lives. The young girl Sarah carried out draws her a picture. It shows Sarah with wings. The elderly couple she helped visits her at her home. They cry and thank her. They tell her she gave them more years together. The college students start a scholarship fund in her name. The businessman quits his stressful job and decides to spend more time with his family because he got a second chance. They all got a second chance. Sarah returns to work 3 months later. She could have retired. She could have taken a desk job, but she chooses to fly because she knows that every flight, every passenger deserves someone who will fight for them, someone who will not give up, someone who will be the last one off the plane. The airline changes its safety protocols based on what happened that day. New training procedures, better communication systems, improved fire suppression. Sarah helps develop the new program. She trains other flight attendants. She teaches them that preparation meets panic with calmness, that muscle memory saves lives, that every safety demonstration, every briefing, every drill matters, because one day it might be real. The passengers from Flight 742 form a support group. They meet once a year on the anniversary. They call themselves the Lucky Ones. Sarah attends every gathering. She sees the children who were on that flight growing up. She sees the families who stayed close. She sees the strangers who became friends because they survived together. They share their stories. They remember the fear, but mostly they celebrate the fact that they are here, that they get to hug their loved ones, that they get to see another sunrise. And they thank Sarah every single time for her courage, for her training, for refusing to let them die. Sarah listens to their gratitude with humility, but inside she knows the truth. She was not extraordinary. She was prepared, and preparation turned into action when it mattered most. That is the lesson. That is what she wants everyone to understand. You do not need to be fearless. You need to be trained. You do not need to be perfect. You need to be present. And when the moment comes, when everything is falling apart, you need to remember what you practiced. You need to do the next right thing, and then the next, and the next, until everyone is safe. So, if you like this video, please like and subscribe for more videos like this.